Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How are you? Just back here to do another energy update for our twin flame divine love community. You may have noticed our readings have been running a little behind schedule. I've been doing the readings in the daytime when I'm here by myself because, like you guys, we're going through these big energies as well. And the time where we'd normally be doing our readings, we're having these great big deep conversations and not actually getting into the place where we're able to deliver the readings together. And that's the whole point of this scenario. We really want to make the let it be known that we're not exempt from these pushes of energy, these great big healing pushes that are coming against us, this need to burn off anything that's still sort of like what you would consider a dark side or a hidden energy. And our conversations have been in that intense bracket as well. So if you're feeling it right now, twin flames, know that we're writing this out with you, and that if it's not you, we read from the angle of the divine feminine, and particularly for those twins in separation. If you're not having these communications with your divine masculine, if you're just going toe to toe with the divine itself in this present energy, we see you 1000%, and we know that information is raining down and it's a lot to transmute. So you've got me here on my own today. As like I said, we've been taking some serious time together to talk through these big energies and work out what it all means. What are we meant to know out of it? What clarity are we meant to take away? Because that really is the energy for the end of August, is that we do come into some level of clarity. We should be wiping the mud out of our eyes when this new moon comes in on August 27th, and we should start to get into some serious focus about what these shifts have all been about in this last little push. If you've been dealing deep into your pain and really registering where you're feeling it and why you're feeling it, that would have been the ideal for this energy. Having communication from your twin at this point would be probably secondary. If you're getting it and it's positive and it's helping you, if it's intense, if it's confrontational, however it's coming through, that's a bonus. But the push for this particular energy is really to come into clarity about what this next wave of ascension has all been about. And we're getting very, very close. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this reading comes out just talking about ascension and not talking about bringing our connections back into levels of harmonious union, but really about the journey itself. And then I would fully expect we're going to start to see the shift on the other side of it. Righto, divine feminine, that sets the stage. What's our reading going to be all about? Let's have a look. The star. Right, I'm not kidding, am I? Look at us on mission, being led by the divine, full of hope and full of questioning. And then we've got the King of Cups come out. We've got the Six of Wands. Oh, look, we've got the Moon as the challenge energy. We've got the Two of Wands as our advice, and we've got the King of Pentacles as our likely outcome. I'm just going to shift these up a wee little bit. And then from the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Empress, Strength, Emperor, Three of Swords. I wasn't mucking around when I said I think this reading will be all about mission, right? Are you guys seeing big communication cards there of where this comes into union? I'm not. I'm seeing lots of work. And if you're tuning out right now, I don't blame you, because this is not going to be a big you're coming into union and harmonious union reading. This is going to be, what do you want to know about ascension? And truly, if you're a divine feminine on a twin flame soul ascension journey, that's what I'm here. That's what my focus is. I'm not fluff and nonsense. So if you switch off from this point, I'll completely understand. But if you want to work through the ascension ride with me right now, I'm ready to go. Let's see what that's all about. Okay, our first wave of energy. Look. The Three of Swords, I mean, come on, divine. Here we go. Here we are sitting over here, and we've been through our journey. We've been through our process. We're understanding that we're twin flames on a soul ascension journey. Why are we being pushed through another round? And it can make you want to feel solitary. It can make you want to feel isolated, and it can feel like you're revisiting the process over again. So look at the size of this heart and look at the size of this person. That's big heart chakra energy, and this is 3 big swords through it. And if you look back on a past reading, I think either the last one or the one before, I was saying to you during the night, I woke up and I couldn't breathe. I just felt like I was having all this pressure in my chest, and I couldn't get a breath. And it's like feeling all of this heart energy expansion that wants to take place. Now I'm going to hark back. We've got a Jupiter Chiron retrograde playing out right now, and it's moving through Aries, so it has that real, like, it's a magnified energy where just anything that you're holding in this pain space will just not be allowed to sit there. I know Ricky's experiencing it as having some level of heart energy struggle. Like, there's definitely, he's going through it as well. And the kicker is it's pushing very intense communication or very intense conversation. It's hard at times not to lean back into that pain. So, if you're having conversations with your divine and it's making you having to sit in a bit of melancholy, it's having to sit in reflection or feel those swords through your chest again, look, I'm with you. I'm with you that we're having to rerun a cycle of pain, but we know what to do with it, don't we, Divine Feminine? Masculine's going through it too. I won't be surprised at all if we see this energy play out on both sides of the coin. If it's not you and your divine masculine, it's probably you sitting with the divine going, why? But I'm feeling very, very keenly that the purpose of this energy is to have a massive heart chakra expansion and to really come into an energy. And now we're in Uranus has gone retrograde through Taurus now. That is of today, the 24th of August. That energy is going to start to affect us. So this energy of having a big dramatic change, an internal rebellion, that energy that we wanted to make the shift that's needed. And look who comes in, the Emperor, right? The Emperor comes in. He's connected to Aries, right? Our Jupiter Chiron magnified healing. And then on top of that, the Emperor would be someone who leads a rebellion. Remember, we were talking the other night about Joan of Arc. She sat in Emperor energy. She was someone who could lead armies. This is the energy that I'm picking up, is going this push into pain or into melancholy is leading some level of internal rebellion that's going to bring forth massive change. We are at that point now where change is at hand, some kind of a push. Our Emperor is there. And it's going to take some kind of inner will to get us across the line. We are going to need to call on these levels of strength to hold it all together before we get to the cleansing, clearing, harvest energies that are due to arrive next month. And even Mercury moving into Libra in the next couple of days. It'll station in Libra before it wants to go retrograde back into Virgo. We should have a level of settling that should come with that as well, which will be super, super helpful. But in the meantime, we're going to call on our inner strength, aren't we, Divine Feminine? And the weight of this mission can come right down on our heads, and we can carry it with all of our strength, knowing that the pillars stay in place. The pillars for our connection stay in place no matter what comes down upon us. We know we've got it covered. We'll feel the pain and we'll lean into it even more deeply. Universe, you can magnify it as mightily as you like. We know what to do with it. We know to feel it and feel it and feel it until we can't feel it anymore. And then we'll take action on it. Do we need to cry? Do we need to scream, punch a pillow? What do we need to do to give that energy some kind of action orientation? And here, look at this. It's like I'm going to use all of my inner strength to work myself through the process. I'm going to feel it and I'm going to feel it and I'm going to feel it until I cannot feel it anymore. And then I'm going to flex these arms and push that energy away. This Emperor is here to lead a revolution. He's not here to muck around. He's here to teach you what to do with this journey, with the pain that we've had to go through, with the moments that pierce our heart, that give us these processes for struggle. It's huge. It's huge what's playing out right now. And here on the next level of energy, here comes our Empress. We've got our Emperor here. Look, there he is. And here's our balanced pair. This is just within you, Divine Feminine. We're talking about the balanced energy that lives within you. Here we've got our Empress side of it, the feminine side of this energy. She's getting pennies from heaven, all of the information that is raining down upon her. And I've said in my last couple of readings that what I'm being forced to unpack is a whole bucket load of sacred geometry that's, oh man, it's turning my head into noodles at times. But even look at it, so I'm like, this is why I feel sort of compelled that this is what's going on. It's like you got circles and squares and stars and the positives and the negatives, and this is what I've been feeling like. It just keeps coming at me and coming at me and coming at me, and I'm doing my level best, my absolute level best, to remain an Empress under the weight of the energy of how my head is swimming in everything that is coming at me. And I am spending significant time in meditation or taking time out in deep contemplation. Yes, big conversations are taking place, absolutely, but with them, I'm taking it away and really, really considering what it all means to me. What am I thinking, feeling, operating in divine? Tell me what I need to do. This is a deliberate time in meditation, in sleep space, in rest space, whenever it needs to be. When this gets too overwhelming, I am stepping up in Empress energy and going, divine, I need a minute. I need a minute to be able to go, yes, you're pouring down. See how she has this crown of, it's like, it's meant to represent on the Empress's head that she's connected to the higher universe and all the forces at play. But very much so, she's connected to the nurturing and the land and nature, and she's very rock solid as well. So when this gets, these pennies from heaven rain down too thick, too fast, it's going, woo up. I need a moment to transmute that energy. I'll be back. I'll just check in and I'll do what I need to do. I'm going to sit in my Empress energy for a minute and then I'll get back to doing what I need to do. It's a thing. Red hot Divine Feminine, it's a thing. What is the push against us right now? Look, the star represents so many things to twin flames, but by and large, it is my hope card. When the star card comes out, I go, it's the hope for the future, it's the hope for the mission, it's the hope for the connections, it's our personal hopes and dreams. Here, we're looking up to the heavens and feeling all of the blessings raining down upon us. We're feeling our guides and our angels and the divine itself just cheering us on to continue on with the mission. And anytime it feels like it blows us off course or that we're being forced to go toe-to-toe with an aspect of ascension or an aspect of our dark side that has risen up again for another round of healing and cleansing, the divine says, I'm cheering you on. Look up to the heavens, look up to the stars, look up to the astrology at play. The astrology that is the universal energies at play right now could not be more aligned to help us elevate into our higher purpose if we tried. It is such a magical time to be embracing universal energy. Are the nuances tough? Yeah, the nuances are really, really tough, but we can choose how we feel about it. We can choose to say, all right, universe, you're going to knock me on my bum. I'm tapping out. I've had enough. Don't want to do this. Or we can go, these nuances are fascinating. These nuances are exciting. How much more is there to know? How much more is there to gain? How much more is it? You can really, really choose to decide how you feel about the way this particular wave of ascension is coming down upon you. Is it going to trigger different reactions in different people? Absolutely. Can it trigger runner chaser energies? My word, it can. Can it trigger reunions? Absolutely. All of the above. But what the divine wants you to know is the trigger is in place. What comes out the other side of it is what you do with the trigger. Now that is your power play. You're not at the mercy of it, even though sometimes it feels like you are. Like I was saying over here, you've got an emperor and an empress here. Look at this. You're not at the mercy of it. You're the one at the driving wheel. The divine can throw it at you as thick and fast as you like. And it's saying, step up as an emperor, take action, do what you need to do. Step up as the empress, feel your way through the pain. Know what to do when the universe is trying to get you to ascend. The emperor and the empress is a balanced state of being and could not be more powerful as a pair. And they're showing up as how the universe is asking you to be. Like, these are pushes from the universe over here. This is underneath the energy that you're feeling. It's why it's there. The direct push is saying, I want you to be a star. I want you to have hope. I want you to be on mission. There's more that's happening right now. The nuances are so beautiful. They want you to be a star. How are you showing up, Divine Feminine? Look at this. I love this so much. You're showing up as the King of Cups. And I'm seeing this across the board as we're talking to each other and we're reaching out to each other and nurturing and supporting. This is action-based energy on which is masculine on a very, very feminine process, which is cups. Cups is nurturing, it's loving, it's tender, it's subtle, it's creative, it's beauty, it's all of those things. And then we come through as the King of Cups of going, I'm going to take action on all of those things. Why? Because the divine is pushing me into my mission. How am I seeing this play out? I'm seeing divine feminine talk to each other going, are you in pain? I'm in pain too. Can I help you? It's going, I'm feeling like I need to take a walk in nature. That's an action-based energy to let my feet have, there's a biochemical reaction that takes place between you and Mother Earth when you walk barefoot out on the earth. You walk in the grass, you walk on the beach, you put your feet in water. There's a biochemical exchange taking place. It's action oriented. Anytime you move yourself into deliberate meditation, meditation. It is medication. It's an action based process over a very feminine energy. Okay, and this is how we're showing up right now. I'm seeing this across the board. Divine Feminine, you are employing action to deal with this energy, which is stunning. And what is happening in your soul space? Victory! Some days it might not feel like it. It really might not. But this card is victory. This is all these levels of achievement that you are attaining. Look at that big sun behind him, right? The divine is going, oh, I'm lighting up your day with abundance. And here it's like you've beaten this and beaten this and beaten this and beaten this and beaten this. And here is your victory. You get to put your foot up on this rock and take a moment for your soul to rest and settle. It's like I drew a card yesterday, I think it was, for our Divine Daily Love Oracle, and it was the card of graduation. I see that two places in tarot. I see it in the Six of Wands and I see it in the World card. And the Six of Wands comes out as a very, very tangible victory because you've been taking the action required to manage these very feminine energies. And where is your victory occurring? In your soul space. In your soul space. Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it, honestly. And then I feel like the next thing that will come upon us is a very, very cleansing energy. That all the mud is going to come out of our eyes. It's going to stop stinging. It's going to feel like, we can put our hand up on our face and not wipe more mud into our eyes. It's going to be cleansing. And then we'll move on to a new harvest. Whether that looks like union for some, it looks like mission for others, it looks like better understanding with the divine for others. We're all in different facets of this wave waves are crashing at different times for twins. So what it looks like for you, this victory is going to be different for everybody. We're looking at general energy across the collective, but in the soul space, it's going to feel victorious before we move on to this next level of cleansing. What is the challenge right now? It's the unknown, right? And this is like, I get this really intensely, is like the challenge is having, like we had over here, all our Six of Pentacles rush at us. Oh, come on, pick it up. we've got this Six of Pentacles, all of this information, all of this process, all of the goings on rushing at us, but going, how do I transmute that into something reliable? What is the next part of the journey? Under the moon, things are hidden. And even though, look, our divine path, we've got our feet in the water, we're feeling the energy, we clearly know what it is we should be following and what we should be doing. Sometimes it just feels like a never-ending mystery, right? And under the energy of the moon, the challenge of what comes next, when does this settle into feeling like I've got some level of victory in my soul? I think that I'm resonating with that struggle. I'm definitely feeling like, how much work does it take to get to the point where it doesn't feel like how much work does it take? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like the push and the leveling up and the going, where is the point where it feels like it doesn't leave me fried? Because that's the energy. And Ricky's showing up. The energy he's feeling right now is everything that he's been through. He's fried, like exhausted, fried. You know, conversations are big, deep, intense. Processing, transmuting is massive. And when I think if you asked him the question and you said, what is your baseline energy right now? I think the answer would be, I just feel fried. I don't know how much of this push I can take at this point. And I think this is, you know, like how I'm feeling too, is going, how much more of a push is it going to take before this starts to cleanse? How much more of the puzzle pieces need to be figured out before you just get to make a choice about what you're doing? Why does it always have to be such a mystery, divine? You know, and here the advice is, you're going to get to a crossroad. We're coming up to a crossroad, and you're going to get to make choices about, you know, which path it is that you want to take. And the likely outcome is that you do get very serious about your mission and moving forward, whether it's path A or path B, whether it's working with your divine masculine, whether it's just working with the divine. It's whether it's the choices that you have in how your mission plays out. Feels like you get to a very, very definitive crossroad that doesn't make sense to us quite yet. There's still some filtering out to go on, because we have the challenge of the moon, which will put things, you know, still in a mysterious place. But when we get to this process of cleansing and healing, and the harvest comes in, there's going to be some very distinct choices to make, and the likely outcome is that you get to work on what that process is. Let's have a look at how divine masculine's energy is playing. I'm super curious to see what comes through there. I don't know if I've offered anything truly helpful in this energy other than to sit in sympathy. Let's see if we can give something super tangible to move you forward with what's going on under the masculine version of the energy. Let's have a look at what's going on there. Righto. Divine masculine, tell me a story. Give us the other side of the coin, and give us something tangible to work on, some level of release, something ready to clean and heal and move forward. What have you got for us? Let's have a look. But really, the Empress. The Empress comes through first. Then we've got the Four of Pentacles. Oh, the Four of Wands. Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands. We have got the Ten of Wands. We've got, Three of Wands, Two of Wands. We've got the Page of Cups. Really? And then we've got over here Ace of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, the Devil, the Lovers, and the Queen of Swords. Righto. Wow, and I did. Look at this. I'm going to go with these six from the bottom, because I feel like these came out in our last reading, like this way. I'll have to double check, but it feels like these two came out in the exact same sequence. If it wasn't in a reading I did for YouTube, it was one I did for someone, because I've had this conversation, the Queen of Swords and the Lovers. This is getting very, very, the push from the universe is to get very, very serious about the rubbish, the divine masculine, the excuses that he makes for himself is like, and it's ready to cut away any crap that really prevents him from stepping up on this journey. Because look what comes out on here as well, right? The Lovers and the Devil. I mean, look at those polarities. You've got these two that are talking with the divine and these two that are talking with the devil. And seriously, the Jupiter Chiron retrograde is going to magnify this healing. Now, free will, she's a powerful, powerful force. And I think the universe is applying a will where they're trying to eliminate any crap from the way that the divine masculine is moving forward. Now, the Jupiter Chiron retrograde, I've said it a million times, this dark side will not remain hidden. It won't remain hidden. It will expose anything that is still being played out that's worldly, that is holding divine masculine back. Here you've got the divine saying, oh, my divine lovers, come forth on mission. I need you to do what I need you to do. And the Queen of Swords is here to cut through both sides of the coin. I'm gonna be really, really frank and say these are conversations we've been having. Big conversations about how do you manage what plays out in the world, like your day-to-day, like how you show up to work, how you make money, how you connect with other people, your friends, your family, relationships, anything that's the fun side of being alive. How do you bring all of the worldly existence over to this divine existence and not have it make you go batshit crazy? It's a big conversation. And there's things about this energy, this dark side energy, we need, look, for creation to occur, we need these things playing out. We need positive and negative. That's how the universe creates. She creates from a place of neutral, right? So we've got to hit this tipping point between how we be someone who's in a divine connection and somebody who has to show up in the world and who has responsibilities, who has people who depend on them, who has people drawing on their time and attention, who has all of these things going on. How do you then give your all and your everything to a divine connection and to mission? Because the world doesn't go away. But the universe is going, let me help you make some of these decisions clear. And I guarantee, as every time divine masculine shows up in this energy, he's going to, I feel like he's going to get knocked over. That's how I'm reading it, because the Queen of Swords, she doesn't muck around. You know, I've called it out before. I call it bitch energy or ice queen energy. And it's going, divine masculine, you're here on mission. What the hell are you doing frigging around in these energies? And he's going, I'm not quite sure I know what to do with the balance of the two. It's a big conversation. Over here, look, the juggle. I'm not kidding, am I? The 5D and the 3D. And here it's like, at the moment, I feel like, you know, that he may still feel like he's got his back turned a little bit to the true pull of the divine, of knowing what to do. And the divine is doing to the masculine what they're doing to us. Like, that energy come down on both of us, right? Of raining down information that's a lot to process. It's coming down fast, but it's transmuting slowly, which is pushing this juggle energy of going, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to, you know, put all of my attention into my work, all my attention into my friends, all of my attention into fun, into family, and then you won't be on mission for the divine. What the actual, that's a juggle. And the divine is going, I'm not going to stop. Under these current energies, I am going to be relentless until you understand what it is I'm asking of you. And it's not easy. Divine Feminine, it's not easy for us and it's not easy for them. And, you know, to see the Divine Masculine go through a round of pain or a heart opening and expansion of that energy, it's as brutal on them as it is on us. And the deeper we can lean into compassion while these dark side energies burn off, You might not be seeing it directly, like if you're on a wave where you haven't come back into contact with your divine masculine yet, and you're only feeling it on some level, because remember, you two are connected. There's not a nothing in the nothing, there's a something in the nothing, and you're always connected. So if this is playing out in a big way for your divine masculine, I would almost guarantee that you are, oh, see, look, here's the struggle. You don't know what's going on over there, and you don't know why this process is rattling your cage so much. But if I can give you a look from our view, playing back, we are having big conversations about this, about how do you sit comfortably with both, with a foot in both worlds. How do you pull that off? How do you not let somebody down? How do you not disappoint people? How do you fulfill all of your commitments and still meet the push of the divine and not exhaust yourself? And this is, I think divine feminine, we went first and we got given our machete and we carved our path and we went through that smashing of energy of feeling like we couldn't stand up in the pain, and we couldn't stand up in the rejection, and we couldn't stand up understanding the mission. To see our divine masculines going through it now, and we are going. And I want you to know, I'm not going to try and sit on this side of union and say, just because you get into harmonious union, it suddenly becomes easy and these lessons go away. I'm going to tell you frankly, the reason I'm reading on my own is because Ricky's going through a massive process. He is. And is it affecting me? Absolutely. But are we working our way through it together? For sure, right? We are. We're at that point where we get to work through it together. But if you're at a point where and I'm reading for twins in union, in separation, if you are feeling the push of your divine masculine going through this, and you don't know if it's your energy or if it's their energy, but it's rattling your cage, and you're being, maybe you're like me and you're getting the push to learn a particular skill. Like I'm getting pushed all about sacred geometry. It's massive. But on the flip side, Ricky's having this struggle between the devil and the divine. It's like asking big questions around how does that all play out, and the level of exhaustion that follows trying to answer those questions is very different. So his six of pentacles looks different to mine, but we're definitely feeling how that rattles each other's energy. I hope that makes sense how I'm expressing it. Is like the push might be different on either side of the connection. The push is different, but you are both connected. So both of you are going to feel the weight of whatever the other is being currently challenged with under these universal energies. And all of it is designed to bring us into more clarity, right? Big, big, big. And I'm not at all surprised to see that play out that way. What is the direct push on the divine masculine? The Empress. Like, oh, sorry, knocking everything over there. The Empress. The direct push on you is, come on, divine feminine, keep looking up to me, keep looking up to the stars, keep hoping, keep working, keep doing what I need you to do. And what does that trigger in your divine masculine? Oh, baby girl, it triggers the energy of the Empress. It triggers you in them, or the facet that is you in them, right? Remember our void story? I'm not going to do it again, but it's in the past reading. If you want to see it, it's definitely in the last reading I did. In between you and them, there's not nothing in the nothing. There's a something. What affects you is going to affect them. What's waken up in them is going to affect you. The Empress is alive and well within them. But look what they're dancing with. Look what they're dancing with. The devil and the divine. They're juggling the two. Man, I just see it with such clarity, and I hope I'm translating it properly. That they're dancing, the devil and the divine are dancing, they're being forced to juggle it, they're being hit hard with it, they're being challenged. The universe is being a bitch at them because it wants to bring them into clarity. And what is the push? They want you in their space. They want you challenging them. They want you to be, I'm calling this fully out as being the divine feminine. And look, here under this universal push, this massive universal push, anything they feel about you is going to be, their dark side can't be hidden. It's going to be put full on display. It's going to be seen. That's the push, not currently what's being seen. What's being seen is they're gathering their resources, right? So they might be fully just working on their job. They might be whatever these things are. They're focusing on this. They're still holding back that pentacle that they need to give to you. We've talked a lot about that, how the feminine is the 9 out of the 10, and that the masculine holds the 10th pentacle. But here, look, the divine is saying, I'm raining them down on you. I'm raining them down. I'm going to hit you in the head with one. I'm going to make you stand on the platform of these pentacles. And still, he's going to sit and gather and gather and gather and gather and gather. Now, these are spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. However he can gather resources to him at this time, that's probably how you're going to see him operating. It's not a giving energy. It's a drawing in energy, which is probably why we're feeling the pull. Like if the void exists and there's some level of magnetic pull, it's like if they were starting to pull towards, it feels like they're pulling away a little bit because this energy is alive and well, and it might trigger a little bit of runner energy. Might. Divine feminine, don't chase. If they pull back, hold your ground. If they pull back, hold your ground. Don't fall into the trap of chasing until they're ready to come and offer this pentacle in a healthy, solid way that meets you correctly. Don't trip into chaser energy, which could, and I said this the other night, I said that the way that this devil and divine is playing out for us right now, it could easily trigger our runner chaser dynamic. Thankfully, we've got to the point where we know what's going on, and the big conversations can take place to get to the bottom of it, but it would not be hard to trigger runner chaser energy under this current push. So just be careful if you get given like a taste, something to try and tempt you into chasing. If it's not a fair exchange, don't fill the void for them. What's in the soul space for them? Look, this is why I go, don't be tempted to get into chaser energy, because they're selfish at the moment. There's a selfish energy playing out. They'll give you might be feeling it deeply in the soul space, and this is why your soul space is celebrating. You've done everything you need to do. Their soul space knows what they want. The 5D connection is healthy, alive, and well. Look at that. We've got 1111 playing out there with our 11 here and our 11 here, and we've got our happy couple celebrating harmonious union. They've got their house in the background, so they have some solidity to what's playing out for them. They have abundance in this joyous wreath that they've put over their 1111. They've even got children and family. Everything's playing out. In the 5D, this connection is alive and well and victorious. In the 3D, you're doing your work with your taking action towards being kind and generous and loving and kind. They're still being drawing resources towards them. What is their challenge? To end the burden. Your challenge is to continue to unpack the mysteries of this path and to continue to do your work. Their journey is to lay down the burden, right? All of these things that come against them, right? The devil and the divine is going, how do I show up in the fullness of the divine energy when I'm exhausted from work, when I've got all of these people who are pulling on my energy, they want my time, they want my attention. The world is so needy on me right now. How do I manage to hold the devil and the divine in a healthy place? Because we need, hear me clearly. Hear me clearly. We need the devil and the divine for creation. We need both of these forces at play. They wouldn't exist if we didn't need them. Reality is right 100% of the time. Creation is built on positives and negatives. It's our ability to manage them in a healthy way that predicts how we'll move through this life, what level of peace we'll move through in this life. Sorry about that. Having my own battles with the devil and the divine. Me and technology these past 2 weeks, I swear to you, I've just about wanted to rip my hair out, and on top of that, having to all of this information about sacred geometry and how energy works, and I'm like, there must be something in that lesson for me, because I swear, me and technology this past few weeks has just about now. This is me with technology. I just really want this burden to end, but it's not. It is the divine masculine, and it is his challenge, is to lay the burden down and to accept. And this is the kicker. If you're divine masculine and you're watching, and the conversations that have played out that have given me clarity about this energy, is to come to a level of acceptance that these two forces need to be at work and alive and well for creation to exist. You can't just walk in and as a twin flame or as a divine soul energy to think that you're always just going to have the glory of life, that like it's like everywhere you walk, birds start singing and angels appear, hallelujah, they're here. That's not the walk of an ascended soul. If you want to go and be a Buddhist monk and the only thing that you ever do is sit in meditation, and I mean, not that I'm being very, very general. If you're going to be the extreme version of that, where all you ever do is sit in union with the divine and you don't communicate with the outside world, I don't know how else you can walk through this place and not have to balance out what these devil energies are. They come at you. You can't. It's not that they get eliminated when you move through layers of ascension. You just learn to know what to do with them, right? And when pain comes upon you or when challenges come upon you, it's that you get to know what to do with them in a healthy way instead of letting them unravel you. And that's massive. So however the devil and the divine is playing out for the divine masculine at this point, for mine, his big challenge is to know how to lay the burden down in the fact that these polarizing forces exist and have such a massive impact on our lives. But the kicker for mine is to get to a place where you actually appreciate the devil and the divine. You appreciate that the devil and the details is what gets you to learn and grow and ascend. You get to be grateful for that stuff. And that sounds whacked, right? It sounds so counterintuitive to go, I can be grateful for all of the negatives that come my way. Reality's right 100% of the time. If I'm getting a negative experience, it must be what I'm aligned with. It must be how it was meant to play out for me to learn the next level of ascension. When you can come at life that way, nothing rocks your world. You don't get into a place where your emotions are dictating. You feel your emotions for sure, but they're not tipping you into a place where you become destructive and not tipping you into a place where you don't appreciate them. The challenges that come along in the moment, they might be difficult, like me sitting here with technology, just like feeling frustration. I welcome frustration. I'm about to learn something new. Is it fun to experience frustration? No. Is it fun to experience temptation? Is it fun to experience any of those negative energies? No. But are they perfect? Yes. And when you can get to that point where you understand that every single experience that is coming at you is there to serve you, and you start to welcome them, and you even start to have affection for them because of what they teach you, that's a whole different space to be in. And you can lay down the burden that the devil and the divine are both here in service to you. And then as a twin flame on a soul ascension journey, when you become aware of this, you're going to teach the next generation that the devil and the divine aren't enemies. They're actually counterparts. They're balanced energies that want to play together to serve you. And that is how creation is made. The more we can sit in the neutral space regarding these two energies, the easier we move into the next phase of creation the divine has for us. What is the advice from Spirit? It is the Three of Wands. Look, See, and this got me when I first laid the cards down. You're at the Two of Wands, they're at the Three of Wands. So it's like their ships are about to come in on this information, or they're about to receive the reward. This can even, for some, represent travel or the embarking on a journey, moving into could be a new way of thinking, could be a new land altogether. It could be that they're traveling to come see you for some. This card could represent many things, but here we've got you at the Two of Wands, right? So here's your Two of Wands over here, and it's like he picks a path, he picks a destination, he picks a way forward, puts you at the crossroads. So I wonder how he presents, right? If we're asking this as a specific twin flame journey, and what are the effects playing out under these current energies, the advice from Spirit is make a move. Make a move, because my push upon you is the Empress. Make a move, divine masculine, because here I want you to make an offer. He wants mismatched much. I'm gonna say it's fish in a cup still. Page of Cups is still an underdone offer, and he might need to. Anyone who's been watching our readings knows that I like to relate this energy to cooking a roast or cooking a meal, and you have to take it out of an oven and see if it's cooked, and then sometimes you have to pop it back in because it's not done. Our likely outcome is you show up on mission, divine feminine. You've got this covered. All of this work that you're going through right now, it's a grind, it's tough, but lean deep into my pain, ascend, heal, grow, magnify, do everything I can to get my energy right to receive my harvest. And then when you get to pick a piece of fruit, it's a little underdone, might be a little sour, not quite the offer of love that you're waiting for. But to have these two come in, gee, that's starting to look like a shift, isn't it? And this is what I will start to predict from. I'm looking more into September though, just so I can make it really clear. It feels to me like these offers, and everybody's on a different part of the journey, so please don't hold me to it. Free will is a powerful force, and these waves do come in at different times. But I would suggest that this wave will really start to crash from beyond middle of September, and that divine masculine will feel a push to make a journey towards you that may leave you feeling at a crossroad about it because of where your energy sits versus theirs. But the push from the universe is Empress energy. So it doesn't surprise me at all to suggest, I'm not, it doesn't feel out of the realms of possibility to suggest that they'll make an effort to reach towards you, even if it's a little underdone still. Progress. I'm going to call it progress. Righto, let's get some Divine Love Oracle. Firstly, let's have a look at you, Divine Feminine. Let's get a card for Divine Feminine and see what's going on in your energy space. Let's have a look. What's going on for Divine Feminine? Straight up. Oh, see? Really divine. Oh, look, that doesn't surprise us. Divine Masculine. I'm tormented. Oh, my word. And here, dimensions, righto, that's for the connection. Wow. Look, you can't even make this stuff up, can you? Look, here, you've got the puzzle, Divine Feminine. And what was I saying? We are deep, you and me both, in the work of figuring out a new layer of how Spirit operates, how we create, how we move through life, how things are understood, why twin flames exist, where do they come from, where do they sit. For us, it's about the puzzle, and I've been talking about this intently. And if you didn't watch the last reading, one of the pieces of advice that Ricky gave me is going, maybe the puzzle pieces aren't meant to fit the way you think they are. Maybe you have to sand and polish them. Why do you keep just flipping them over and trying to force them to fit? Maybe it needs to be sanded and polished and, unpacked a different way. Maybe you need to flatten them even. Like, we've had big discussions about how you can get so much information and then it seems like they should fit, but that they don't. It's it's look, this for divine feminine. I just feel like even this is a message for me personally coming out. Like if you're feeling it too, I just want to say me too, that every piece looks the same. It's like and they do slightly different things, slightly different elements of information, and it's like it doesn't bring the puzzle all together quite yet. But even though it's not all together quite yet, I can act on the pieces of the puzzle that I have. Um, which is like it's a weird little headspace to sit in feeling like you don't know it all, but you know enough, and even you know what you don't even know that you know. Um, I know I sound crackers in saying that, but it's like I know information that I shouldn't know. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to place it, but I know that I know it, and I know I should do something with it. I just got to polish it up a little bit. So if you're feeling the puzzle too, oh, look, my massive empathy sending out to you fully. Divine masculine comes through in the energy of tormented, and we've already wrapped our heads around that, haven't we? It's not even a joke, is it? That in this particular energy, perhaps the voice of the devil is having a little bit of influence. I drew this particular piece of art a long time ago, and it was representative. And my daughter doesn't hide the fact that she struggled with addiction when she was younger, and I drew this particular piece of art, and I don't know if you can see it horribly clearly, but I drew that piece of art with what she looked like to me. She was this beautiful angel of a child who was being ravaged by demons, just like it just she you would see her sunny light, and then you would just see her descend into darkness, and it's like when she closed her eyes, this was what was coming at her. And I'll try and get a close up. I was like, you know like they would just claw into her thoughts and claw into her energy and really throw her off her beautiful path. Now she's managed to fight back, and she's found her path in life beautifully, but the reason I drew that was this energy quite literally here is the devil has his place, right? The devil has his place in coming in and pushing worldly things at us, pushing worldly band-aids our way to circumvent what we should be doing on our divine journey. And it is designed only to circumvent. But because we are divine, we find our way through it. Now, divine masculine, this energy is for you, but I'm leaning on this for my daughter, and she kept reaching out in her faith. What I taught her about her guides and her angels, what I taught her about Jesus and Christ consciousness, what I understood of the divine. And, it didn't always have a solid impact in the moment, but, she got to the point where she danced with the devil and the divine. Did it drive her balmy trying to figure it out? For sure. But she finally came into understanding of what it meant for all these forces to exist, and that the kicker is to find the healthy balance between the two. They need to exist. They need to. Why? Because they do. Reality is right 100% of the time. And if you own that, if you know it and you believe it to be true, and if what you align with is that you're bringing more of the devil forces into your life, it's because you need to learn something. That's where your energy is aligned. It doesn't make the devil wrong. It doesn't make the negative energy wrong. It doesn't make the lesson wrong. The lesson is perfect. Is it uncomfortable to go through? Yes. Does it leave you feeling tormented? Yes. But is it wrong? No. What we need to understand is the dance between the two. And divine masculine, it looks like you are in it up to your eyeballs. What's playing out now? Dimensions, right? And this card really is about understanding we are more than just the physical. And again, we're pushing into this whole dance, aren't we? If I look, I'm pushing this all together, and that brings it all nicely wrapped with a bow. Understanding that life is happening with what you're aligned with, that you have more control over it than what you believe, and that you are the one creating as you go. So what you believe to be true, right, is what's going to create out in front of you. Dimensions is all about the forces that, like sacred geometry, sound, meditation, the heavens, the hells, the divine, the devil, the earth, the sea, the everything in between, the something and the nothing. There is so much going on. And our kicker to all of that is that we are creators with our divine, right? And we have the ability, when we lean into the truth of knowing who our souls are and what we are aligned with, to build our reality out in front of me. Somebody asked me the other day, can we manifest our twin flames into reality? Right? I'm like, yes, you can, but you have to get the conditions right. And dimensions is important to understand, because everything that you think, feel, do, say, every nuance is affecting the energy out in front of you. And the quantum sea is responding in every microsecond to what energy you're holding. So if you are in separation from your twin right now, it's because you're meant to be. That's what you're aligned with currently. That's what is being pushed out into the universe and in front of you, that you should be separated. Now that's a bitter pill to swallow, right? That you are exactly where you need to be because it's exactly what you're aligned with. But you can make the changes to that with all the work that you're doing, and the universe is conspiring with you right now. Use your free will with the conspiracy of the universe to change your reality, to bring out into the dimension that you know as your 3D reality, your twin flame union. I hope that wasn't a bunch of double dutch. If you want more information about it, if you want me to clarify those things any more clearly, please reach out to me. Please say, Susie, that didn't make sense. I need you to break it down more. Or please don't talk about it at all. If this is, like if it doesn't resonate with you at all, let me know. But this is what I know to be true. You will bring towards you what you are aligned with. Reality is correct 100% of the time. Put it in your back pocket. If you are in separation right now with your twin, it's what you're meant to be aligned with. If you are feeling frustrated with the puzzle right now, that's 100% correct. If your twin, your divine masculine, is in this space right now, again, 100% correct. And the universe is suggesting, because the push from the universe right now is the alignment, is to bring in the lessons between the devil and the divine. Oh, that feels like a bit of a lecture, but I feel like I'm getting to the bottom of whatever this energy is, and very, very soon we'll be into some more cleansing energy, and I would suggest that my readings will take on a different tone and they'll be a little bit lighter, and with a bit of luck, Ricky will be feeling more settled, more energized, and ready to bring some input into our readings again. Cross fingers anyway. But for now, it's just been me today, and I'm sending so much love. And in faith, hope, and love, it is bye from me for now.